Tuesday, NHL best bets, guys. Welcome to PuckTime on WagerTalk TV. Andrew McInnis, Carmine Bianco. We got Don Buster joining us. Look forward to a great show. Hope you guys all made money yesterday with the busy Monday NHL slate. And as Carmine said yesterday, kind of going in reverse order here this week, as we usually do in the NHL, because we got a busier Monday and Wednesday, but a quieter Tuesday and Thursday. Carm, how you doing, brother? How are you? And how was your night last night? And what games do you have selected for us for today?
I didn't make any money last night, Andrew. I had a 2-2 day overall at WagerTalk, but I think the one that mattered most to me was the Ottawa Senators at home against Columbus. A goaltending change there left it unfavorable for me because it was supposed to be Elvis Merzlikins in goal. Last minute decision. In the last hour, they changed it to Jet Greaves. So I think 3 goalies yesterday who were named to start didn't actually start. So it's kind of frustrating, but the pod hits for the guys who play the pod. And we just move on forward. Calgary Flames get it done. We'll see if we can get another winner for you guys in the pod play today. Andrew and I are going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens and the Florida Panthers. First game between these two this season. Don Buster comes in to talk about Carolina and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Andrew and I will break down New Jersey and Toronto, and there's some breaking news in that game as well, too, that we'll discuss if you're wondering about the line movement in that game. Question and answer. If you guys got some questions, drop them in the chat. We'll try and star the comments so we can come back to them and answer them for you guys. And then same game parlay, a pod, and then we're done for the day. It is $5 Tuesdays over at WagerTalk as well, too, guys. So numerous cappers with $5 plays, some of them with multiple plays. I've got 4 myself up across different sports. So you can head over there and take advantage of that great deal on $5 Tuesdays. Andrew, that was a mouthful. With that said, the Montreal Canadiens and the Florida Panthers, this one started at just a little while ago. It was Florida minus 140, Montreal plus 115. I'm not sure if it's just Montreal money coming in at the moment. I've seen it drop to 134 and plus 110 now in the consensus numbers. We know it's not Bobrovsky in goal. He started last night. It's going to be, Daniil Tarasov, I believe, is the goalie for them. And Montembeault is confirmed for the Montreal Canadiens. And you talked about him yesterday. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Carm, I did my video last night. The pre-scout was nice to be back doing a quick little video. I gave out a World Junior play, actually, and I gave out a play on this game. Look, it's not often that I even want to talk about the Canadiens. Not even often I want to give out picks, I guess I should say, on them. I don't fade them. I don't bet on them very much, but I do like this spot for them. And one of the main reasons is that I've kind of been preaching this theory for a while, and I know Chris Otto talked a lot about it with the first period angles, but it's specifically betting against the team on a back-to-back after they've won the first leg of a back-to-back. We've seen this multiple times this season where a team has lost the first half of a back-to-back and they've come back in the second half and they've got the job done. But, you know, after a tough loss to Tampa, Florida gets it done against Washington. A tough game there. I believe they were down 3-2. They come back 3-3. They ended up putting up a 5 spot there in that one. But this is one of those games where Brian talked about it yesterday. The Montreal Canadiens played fantastic against the Tampa Bay Lightning in Florida, and they only ended up getting that overtime point. They scored, Carm, I think, with like 3.4 seconds or something left in the game. And I respect the fight that they had into it, but I think sometimes when you play a game like that and you feel you deserve better, even though you lost in the shootout, but you get 1 point, you can still feel good about yourselves after that and have some positive momentum and avoid the frustration. But in this particular spot, I like the fact that we're getting Tarasov and not Bobrovsky. And looking at this this team right now, they're kind of slipping a little bit defensively. But Daniil Tarasov has an .873 save percentage over his last handful of performances. And Montreal right now ranking 8th in goals for per game and 13th in goals against per game over the last 10 games. But here's the big thing, Carmen. I'll go back to you with this. You know I watch so much Montreal Canadiens content. You've got a goalie that hasn't started in weeks and weeks and weeks. His last appearance in the NHL, he was coming in relief after Dobish got pulled. He had a conditioning stint down in the AHL where he played 2 games. He had, I think, a 2.5 goals against average. Here's the deal. You don't want to just put a guy on waivers and that's how he ends his tenure with your team. Number one, because you want to have some trade value, but here's the problem right now with the Canadiens, and I need your perspective from a non-fan perspective here. You don't want to have 2 rookie goaltenders as your 2 goalies, right? It's just not really a recipe for success. But neither Fowler or Dobish deserve to get sent down or go anywhere. Fowler's played great since he got called up, and Dobish played great. But at the end of the day, Montembeault is your starter. People are freaking out why he's back tonight, Carm, but you need to have him back. Do you think that this team is going to give it an extra effort, maybe defensively in front of him, or maybe because it's second half of back-to-back for Florida, because Montembeault is back? These guys are friends with him. They've been playing together for years. They probably feel bad for him. They're like, hey, you know what? This guy's back in nets tonight. We got to probably get a good effort for him. So I lean towards the under, actually, but I like Montreal tonight.
Yeah, no, I agree, Andrew. When goalie's been with the team for a while, I think there's some pride amongst the players to play well for him, coming back from like a conditioning stint. But there's also the thing that they should have been playing well in front of him when he was before the conditioning stint.
Right.
But to your point of them wanting to play well for him tonight, it kind of sets up what I think could be a decent play, which is the Montreal Canadiens in the first period. You're getting like plus 106 on them. Right now, I'm seeing the consensus number, even plus 108 at some places. That might not be a bad way to go. You get Florida in the second half of a back-to-back, even though they are at home. Montreal on the season and on the road are plus units with the first period money line. Florida is a small loss leader as far as first period money lines. And Florida's last 5 home games, they've trailed after 20 minutes in 4 of those 5 games. The other one was tied. So not the greatest starts for them on home ice in the opening 20 minutes. Is tonight any different? We'll find out. But having a backup goalie in goal, and I'm not saying I don't think Tarasov's horrible. He's serviceable and he gets the job done. It's the team in front of them, and this Florida Panthers team is a very good team. But I would take a shot on the Montreal Canadiens in the first 20 minutes, kind of like I was doing early in the season. One and done, 1 period, and I'm out of here, and I watch a different game because Florida were full marks yesterday. They played extremely well, but the guy who almost rhymes with Ryan Leonard, took 2 dumb penalties, and it cost his team, especially in the third period. They had a shot to beat the Florida Panthers. The Washington Capitals did. Thought they played well. Bobrovsky made some great saves, but you can't take dumb penalties when you have like a 26th or 28th ranked penalty killing unit there. So how about on a side note, how about like Marchand? Like, this dude is unbelievable. Like, it is just his 36 or 30, whatever he is years old, is his eye to stick or eye to hands coordination, man. He just little swat of that puck on a rebound by Thompson that shouldn't have been a rebound, but unfortunately it was. And boom, it's in the net. And this guy is celebrating a goal. He's got 21 or 22 goals.
Remember when Boston said he was going to be too old, Carm? Boston said he was getting too old.
Yeah, well, that's the narrative that doesn't fit in this one. But with that said, Montreal first period for me, Andrew. So I kind of support you and Don Buster, who's coming on next to discuss the Carolina Hurricanes and I'm thinking football now, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. So with that said, why don't we bring them in?
What's up, Buster? Big game for Montembeau
There he
tonight.
is.
We need it. We need it out of him.
This guy, man, it's
Hey,
like
guys,
he's at a nightclub. He never
how's it
does that
going?
upper button of his shirt. He's just like, I'm in Mexico, the heat.
I
and
wish I was where
whatever.
he was too. I'd have no buttons up. I'm
Yeah,
jealous.
I know. Buster, how you doing, buddy?
Well, I'll tell you, yeah, I'm doing well, Carmine. I was watching the show yesterday, and I had it on in the background. I was doing a little bit of work, and I heard you and Brian Leonard talk about how Washington's a play, and they're going against Andrew. And I thought, geez, here's my 5% play. And I was in my analysis, I was saying how that penalty kill will catch up with Washington, and I personally don't think they're playing that well. I watched them play now I think they're like 3-8 or something. And then I remembered to myself, don't worry what Brian and Carmine are saying. It's a young man's world. And Andrew was with me, so we got the win, brother. And sorry about your luck, guys. If I was on the show and I was head on with Carmine, I would have lost for sure. But
I'm actually disappointed.
Anyway, so
I'm
that
actually
was good.
disappointed in you.
That was a nice win.
I'm disappointed in you, Buster, because you could have dropped a note in the Slack saying you had a 5% play, so we could promote it for you. What's up with that, man? You know what I mean? So
you know what,
all good.
Carmine?
It's all that Don Julio you're drinking.
Bit of a win roll. I usually always do, and I forgot.
We're getting a little choppy
Right.
feed from you,
I
so
should've done that, but,
with that
anyways,
said,
it was a winner, and that's it was all good. Yeah, actually had a great day yesterday, 3-0 in NHL. My one prop play, the guy got. I'll do the Carolina Pittsburgh breakdown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Minus 131 on Carolina, plus 108 on Pittsburgh. Total sits here at 6. I think your feed's a little choppy, so we'll get to you and break this game down for us.
Oh, sorry, but that's been pretty good the last while. It seems okay. We're gonna play Carolina here. Just really like Carolina. Carolina won yesterday in overtime. Now I know this is usually dead set against what I do because it's going to be their third game in 4 nights. However, there are some clubs I have no problem playing that back-to-back or third game in 4 nights. We actually played Columbus on the puck line yesterday because we were getting I thought the line was out about 40 cents. I couldn't believe the puck line money on Columbus yesterday, so we played that. They were on a back-to-back. So every once in a while when I've been watching these games, I see the teams playing well. That back-to-back sometimes with young teams is pretty good. This Carolina team, though, the reason why I'm playing them on this back-to-back, A, I don't like Pittsburgh at all, and B, this club dominates every game. It seems like every game. They don't win every game because they have trouble scoring goals and they have suspect goaltending. But for the most part, they're one of the best teams. They're like Colorado's number 1, and then Carolina's number 2 in my opinion. So far this season, Carolina has faced this situation 3 times. They went 2-1, so I like that. Pittsburgh have really struggled in the month of December. They're now 9 losses and 2 wins of their last 11 games, and they did win their last game against Chicago. But Chicago, I mean, ever since Bedard left, like they've struggled as well. They've only won 1 game out of 8. So I'm not sure how much you can go by with Pittsburgh winning that game. Now, Pittsburgh does have a veteran club, and they can sneak up on you, especially at home, and they can win. But I'll tell you, also being veteran, this club, they've give up a lot of two second period leads. So they're up in the second period, go into the third period, and they lose games. They've lost a lot of them. That San Jose game comes to mind. So bottom line, I want Carolina here. I think it's a decent price for Carolina. I don't care if this was their third game in 3 nights. I like Carolina here. So as far as the total, Pittsburgh gives up a lot of goals. They're actually 6-2 the last 8 games. Carolina are 5-2 to the over their last 7 games, and they have actually gone 4 straight overs. Now, I saw the line. It was 6 over 20 or 6.5 under 30. Of course, I don't want to be betting that 6.5 under 30, but I might play a little bit on that 6 over 20. I'll have to go through that a little bit more. I would play it that way, but for the video here and for what I've gave out to my clients already, we're going with Carolina.
All right, I like it, Buster, and for he's not in the chat yet, but for our good buddy Los Kid, who hated on me early in the year, and I know it's all in good fun, where I said we've got to fade the Pittsburgh Penguins because at some point it's kind of like that horse that can only run 6 furlongs and is trying to run a mile and a half. You know, he's a rabbit, and it's eventually going to end horribly wrong. But with that said, I have to believe that unless Carolina throws in an absolute stinker today, that they get the win in this one. I'm just a little puzzled by the number, but I think kind of like you said, it's the second of a back-to-back, so we'll see what happens with them and the goaltending, because Freddie Anderson's likely to start tonight. Kochetkov is done for the season. So it is Boosie, who's been fantastic thus far for Carolina, and Freddie Anderson, who has not been fantastic for them. Freddie's struggling a little bit, but we'll see. It's still the team in front of you that scores the goals. So we'll see how that goes. Buster, it is $5 Tuesdays. Tell us you got a bunch of plays up for clients.
Well, I don't have a bunch of plays up for clients, but I do have one play up, and we're going to change gears here. It's in the college football. There's 3 bowl games today, and I have a 4% play in the college football bowl game today. It's on the game between TCU and USC, so you might want to go over, grab that for $5. It's a great deal. Obviously, I really like the play, put out for a 4% out to my clients, and again, go grab that play. We also have the Christmas sale that you've put up on the page there, 25% off everything. So all access passes, you name it. That's a great deal. And also for us hockey guys, we still have that 3-day hat trick going on. I'm not sure how much longer it's going to go on for, but 3 days of NHL hockey for $49, which includes 5% plays. So grab all that, go over to Don Buster and grab that. The site at WagerTalk.com. As always, thanks a lot. Hopefully I wasn't too choppy with everything down here. I know it's been raining like crazy here. Like we've had a major storm, so you might have heard that rain. But besides that, best of luck with everything, guys, and have a good one.
Buster, we always appreciate you having on. Dude, I got to move to Mexico because you actually look younger. You're like Benjamin Button. You're getting younger with every show, man. It's just like your skin looks smooth there. It must be that avocado paste or whatever.
This is what we deal with, Carm, living where we live, man. We're choosing to live somewhere cold. It's a crazy choice we choose. Buster is the right man.
I'll just quickly say, Carmine, it's the stress. You wake up and you see the sun every day. So when you see that sun every day and you're not looking out, it makes a big difference mentally, and hopefully it's helped me. I've done very well with my big plays all this whole month. So whatever it takes, I'm good with.
Let me know when you're flying me out, Buster. I'll come join you. Let me know when you got room.
We'll come and join you, man.
Hey, the invite's been there for what?
Andrew,
8 years now.
PuckTime from the Banana Bar.
Come down. I'll even come get you at the. I'll even come and get you at the airport. How's that?
All right.
PuckTime,
take care, Buster.
PuckTime,
see you later.
PuckTime from the Banana Bar. See you later, Buster, and Happy New Year if we don't talk.
I'm jealous, man. I'm jealous. My cousin just got back from 6 weeks, Carm. 6 weeks. He works for a company in Toronto, but he lives where I live, and he's able to work remotely. He went to Mexico for 6 weeks, rented a condo there. He was at a workstation. He got to go to the beach every day. The nice weather. I'm looking outside right now. The wind, the cold, snow. That sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Andrew, tomorrow is such a before we talk about this New Jersey Leafs game and answer some questions. Tomorrow's such a monster card in the NHL. Like I said, they swapped Tuesday and Thursdays with Monday and Wednesdays. Brian Leonard and the Prez will be on tomorrow. The first game is like 12:30. which is absolutely fantastic. I remember the Sabres would normally have what was called tucks and pucks. I don't know if there's any Sabre fans in the chat, but let us know if they still do that. They're in Dallas looking for their 10th straight win. 9 straight wins for the Buffalo Sabres. Oh, what a time to be alive. Andrew, it's
I can't believe it, Carm. I actually can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. But yeah, no, it's absolutely fantastic.
You know, they're 1 point out of a wild card spot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to matter anyways. But at the end of the day, but Andrew, what do you think? How many likes do we need on this video, on this show, for me to do a New Year's Eve 6 and 60?
Oh, that'd be sweet.
A special edition of the 6 and 60 for New Year's Eve. How many likes? You name it, and we'll let the people decide with the like totals. Give us a number.
We need 295 likes.
All right, 295. That is on the video, both live and posted afterwards.
Yes.
You guys heard it, 295. I will check in at midnight tonight and see if we have 295. Speaking of checking in at midnight, is what's going on with Austin Matthews? New Jersey and Toronto. The Leafs are an underdog at home, plus 106. New Jersey, minus 129. This line has moved steadily over the last half hour or so because of the fact that Tanev is out, Joshua is out for the Leafs, and Austin Matthews, who apparently either threw a body check or took a body check or got hit with a shot. Something happened to him in a game on Sunday, and it looks like he is a game time decision, but likely will not play for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm not even sure if William Nylander is back yet or not. This team is made of glass. What is going on?
Yeah, it's Carm. This is the thing, though. I don't want to hear about it because imagine if you're, I don't know, how about a New Jersey Devils fan? You know, do you think the Devils fans care about this? Jack Hughes hurt himself at a restaurant. He's their best player. Do you think that anybody's going to have pity for the Maple Leafs that have lost a couple players every now and then? You know, I feel the most bad for the goaltenders for the Maple Leafs, but I don't really feel as bad about all these player stuff. The Canadiens, my Habs, they've got no Patrick Laine, no Gooley, no Newhook, no Doc, no all these guys. Everybody's dealing with injuries. Tampa Bay had no Braden Point, no Kucherov, no Hedman, no Vasilevsky. Everyone deals with injuries, but when it's the Maple Leafs, people act like the sky is falling. So, Carm, I was going to ask you, do we channel our inner Lawrence Prez? And do we look at the under here? I mean, it's already at 5.5. So it's kind of hard to kind of check to see what we like. If you can get a 6, maybe you take the under with no Austin Matthews. But then again, no Chris Tanev could hurt the injuries, could hurt the defense as well here. And we have seen the movement get there on the New Jersey Devils. The last time I checked, it was 130, 135. Now the same book is showing me minus 140, 145. The number is continuing to rise. Do you think this team can withstand the injuries, or they can't battle through it?
This is one of those ones where I know that they had a winning record without Marner and without Matthews in the lineup, but they had Marner at the time, so it was a little different. With regards to the injuries, I think on Twitter, Elliot Friedman had posted earlier. I saw just before showtime or an hour before showtime that the Toronto's farm team or their AHL team, the Marlies, several players, the tweet goes, several players have been told not to travel to Cleveland for the game there. So if several players are being held back, that is likely because they are going to be playing tonight or in the lineup tonight for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Hence the line move. Now, this is one where I would love to talk to Brian Leonard about, where at what price does New Jersey get to before you say, hey, maybe there's some value in the Toronto Maple Leafs? I don't know. I don't know if there is a price, Andrew, because it is now 139 on the Leafs and was 129 when we went to air on the show. So it is continuing to go up. We'll see. Could likely be one of those ones. I agree with you on taking the under. I think New Jersey at some point with Jack Hughes back in the lineup, they have to find their offense. And coming into Toronto, that nobody would like to get a win in Toronto more than New Jersey coach Sheldon Keefe. So we'll see what happens there. I think that the value is eventually gone on New Jersey at minus 140-ish. But I do like the idea of there's still some sixes out there of grabbing the under in this one, Andrew.
I think that's the move, Carm. But at the end of the day, like, how you're saying, like, how far do we go until we end up taking the Leafs? Like, what number is it worth it? Obviously, you want to try and get the best value you can, the best number you possibly can. But we've seen it that this team has struggled with injuries. They've looked pretty good, when they've been like relatively healthy, but they have not been able to battle adversity. Like, all good teams should be able to battle adversity. I know there was a scare in the NBA last night. I know this is an exaggeration because he's the MVP, but Jokic got injured, and everybody was saying, what does this Nuggets team look like without him on the floor? How bad will it get? And I'm not comparing Matthews to Nikola Jokic, but I don't think this Leafs team can deal with injuries. Like, Carm, look at the standings. They've already showed us they can't deal with injuries. Most good teams could deal with injuries. I think that if the Colorado Avalanche lost Cale Makar for 2 months, I still think they would be a winning hockey team in those 2 months. They might not look as great, but they would still be a winning hockey team because they have the depth behind them. And if they lost Natchez, or if they lost, even McInnis, if they lost McInnis, I think. But if you lose a couple key players and you're the Maple Leafs, I think it's really, really tough for you. So it would be easy for us to say, well, there's value now on the Maple Leafs, but the more players they lose, the more faith I lose in them. I think the under is the play for me. Maybe even if we see the game get off to a fast start, we look towards the under as well, get a good in-game spot here.
Yep. It is not great times just south of me, Andrew, but I get all the news here. Toronto it's a 15-minute drive south for me. The news is not, the media is just all over the Leafs management.
I love it.
It is. If you're looking for the Leafs, you can find them at the bottom of the Atlantic along with the Titanic, because that is where they are right now, the bottom of the Atlantic.
Yep.
Columbus won yesterday, so they're tied with the Leafs for the bottom spot overall in the Eastern Conference. We joked around about, but would you tank at this point if you're the Leafs? It's too early in the season. They're in last place, but they're only 11 points out of top spots. That is how even. They're only 4 points out of a playoff spot, or 5 points out of a playoff spot. That is how even the Eastern Conference is. It is because the playoffs are a completely different beast. So you get into the playoffs, and what you did during the regular season no longer matters. Ask the Boston Bruins when they set a record for points in winning the Eastern Conference. Made no difference. They were knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. So the regular season is just a warm up to the playoffs, kind of like the NFL season. You get in, and then we see what happens from there. And this is why the Buffalo Bills are winning the Super Bowl this year, because it doesn't really matter who else is in there. The Bills are winning it. You heard it right here. Take the plus 1,100 or plus 1,200.
Well, hey, look at what the Sabres
their first game. Their first game, Andrew, is, and I know I'm going to just, everyone is going to be like, this is a hockey show, and you're showing a bias. Yeah, they're going to, right now, they're matched up to play the New England Patriots in the first round in New England. We're going to go in there. Mr. MVP, Drake May, I think Josh Allen will show you who the real MVP is. Knock them off, and then we just keep going from there. It's just, it's the Bills world, and the rest of us just got to live in it. But
I'm happy you aren't a fan of the Maple Leafs, because the Buffalo Bills are the Maple Leafs of the NFL. They're great in the regular season, Carm. They're great in the regular season. Great point by Habs Relic, says they have to get the 1-5 pick or their pick goes to Boston. That's my favorite thing to joke around about with Leafs fans, is that It's like, oh, well, you're having a bad
Yeah.
year. At least you have a bunch of draft picks to look forward to. Oh, wait, you gave up all your draft picks. So, nobody's really happy here about this one, Carm. The Bills
I'm
get
good.
the
I'm
Super
good with
Bowl
it. You
and
know,
lose
Andrew.
again.
There's nothing I love more than stirring the pot. It
I
is what
know.
I do. You do it on Twitter or the X. I just do it live on the show.
On the show.
But with that said, I know that we saw some questions in there. I'll throw a question out to our chat. It's not hockey related, but I'll just throw one out to the chat, and you
Here's a
guys can just
hockey-related
respond
question,
in there. And the question is, was that a catch by Puka Nakua last night? I say no. But
Come
a
on,
lot of people
Carm.
say yes. Stir
hockey questions. Hockey questions.
Stirring the pot. Okay, Andrew, here's a question for you.
We have a question on the screen. We have a question on the screen.
Any thoughts on the Flyers tonight? I will discuss, Jonathan, I'll discuss the Flyers after the question and answer period in the pod, because I have an interesting take on that game. But Andrew, if you're the Leafs organization, a lot more was expected, but because of the fact that the Eastern Conference is so close, they're not pushing the panic button yet. At what point do you just clean house? You can't keep blaming the coaches.
Yes,
Three coaches.
Exactly.
They keep blaming the coaches. And then it was Mitch Marner not performing in the playoffs. They moved Mitch Marner. He's in Vegas. He's enjoying himself. And the Leafs can't seem to win a game. Nylander, probably their best player right now is Nylander. At what point do you pull the ripcord and say, okay, our season's done? Trade deadline?
Well, think about how bad of a look it would be if they traded Matthews, because they just gave him the captaincy and they stripped Tavares of the captaincy. Like, the thing is, Carm, who are their guys that actually have value on the team right now?
Yeah,
maybe one of the goalies, right? But they're always hurt at the goalie position because you've got Hildeby, Joseph Wall, and Stolars, right? Like, which defensemen do you think have value right now? How many defensemen have value?
no,
not many.
It is,
right?
And then the players, the players that are, guys like Austin Matthews, no trade clause, so he has to pick where he gets to go. So it is a franchise that is cursed. Someone asked about the move that Pittsburgh made to pick up who was it? Andrew from Columbus, Chanikov. Does that one make any sense to you? I think it's just Columbus. Is it Columbus accumulating draft picks because they've now have picked up 4 through a couple of deals, both in the 26 and 27 draft. So maybe another team that is looking to build for the future. The Anaheim Ducks, the San Jose Sharks, I think did it the right way, even though Anaheim's struggling a little bit at the moment. They do have talent. They do have draft picks. San Jose's got a lot of them. So we'll see what happens with them. But with a good GM, a good drafting, and you get a couple good drafts behind you, San Jose could return to their former selves, which was a powerhouse in the Western Conference.
At least they're doing it the right way, right? They're doing it the right way. One thing that made me laugh, I read an article that talked about Pittsburgh accumulating draft picks, but it was quite the opposite. They traded away draft picks. So they must like him, the player they traded for, and they got rid of Danton Heinen. Who knows what's going on? I think Columbus is actually steadily going to move forward over the next couple of years. We'll see. They've got people don't realize how young that team actually is over there in Columbus. They got a good group of guys over there. Let's see this one here. The Leafs need to trade OEL. That's a good point. OEL will get them some draft picks. That's a good point. But then again, he's like one of your best defensemen right now. So do you trade him? Who knows? Carm, I got small little same gamer here for today. We got, and I get it. I'm taking my Canadiens. I understand. We got Nick Suzuki for an assist.
Homer.
He has
Start
done
that one
very
again.
well against the Panthers. He actually has 3 goals in his last 2 games against the Panthers, but I'm going to take him for an assist at -120. We're going to take Slavkovsky over 1.5 shots on goal. He's just shooting the puck a lot more, has all kinds of confidence right now. He was NHL's 3rd start of the week last week. And Seth Jones over 1.5 shots on goal. The Canadiens give up goals and shots against defensemen. They don't do very well with shots from the point. And these 3 guys together, Carm, it's a decent plus 327. So we'll take that for today's Same Gamer, man.
All right, I like it. It's a little homey, but it's all good.
Just a little.
This is a little homey. So have you noticed? I think I've only ever taken the Sabres once. I think in the pod.
Well, they had an 8-game winning streak now. Something that the Leafs wish they could have.
9 game winning streak. Their
9.
longest. Yeah, it's 9 now after last night.
Crazy.
So they've only ever hit a 10-game winning streak twice. They play tomorrow in Dallas against the Dallas Stars. There's a lot of revenge in that one, Andrew, going back to the Stanley Cup Finals and Brett Hall with his skate in the blue.
A lot of revenge.
In the blue paint. So, yeah, they've been waiting 15 years for revenge or 20 years for revenge. They finally get it with a win in Dallas on Tucks and Pucks night. My pod is I'm going to go to the late game, and this is the Vancouver and Philadelphia game. We win with Calgary yesterday. I'm going to take the Philadelphia Flyers at -130 in here. You look at it, the goalie matchups are supposed to be Dan Vladar. He's allowed 2 or fewer goals in 5 of his last 6 starts. In the other start, he only allowed 3. He's playing extremely well for them. He beat them 5-2 in just a few days ago or whatever. They were in Philadelphia. Tocchet and the boys won 5-2. Tocchet returns home to Vancouver. And here's the thing, Demko in goal for the Vancouver Canucks, who are on the second of a back-to-back. Demko, which Demko do we see? The one that played phenomenal in his first 4 starts back from the injuries, or the one that has been shelled in his last 2 games, including allowing 6 versus the San Jose Sharks? I think there's something wrong with Demko. He starts tonight. Philly gets the win, -130. That is your pod.
And they go as he goes, Carm. I like that play very much. They look good if he looks good. If he's giving up goals, they're in very, very tough. Carm, I know it's $5 Tuesday, but we've got this to bring up here, the Christmas sale that's still going. Xmas 25. Take 25% off, guys. 7-day, 30-day, 90-day, full year. You know, I've got plays going with hockey. We've got college basketball. We've got world hockey. We've got NFL. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. You guys can get 25% off any of my plays, any of my packages. That works for Carm as well. If you want to get 25% off a soccer package, a football package, a hockey package from Carm, guys, make sure you use the promo XMIS25. XMIS25, a great, great, great deal there, guys. And you guys can use it towards any single package we have up and available at WagerTalk.com. Carm, anything else you wanted to mention, or are we good to go?
Yeah. As far as $5 Customer Appreciation Day, I have plays up in college, which goes today. The English Premier League, 2:30 today. I have a 4% best bet in that. NHL for tonight, and 1 NFL game for Sunday. So all of those are available. The Sunday one, of course, returns to regular pricing at midnight tonight. I appreciate the comments that you guys are putting up there, and the guys who commented on thanking me for the college football free play I gave out at the end of the show, and of course the pod play. But Andrew, I would be remiss if I don't apologize, because my Ottawa Senators play was just not a good play at the end of the day. It was a goalie switch, which kind of hurt me at the end. But even the post-game analytics showed that Columbus deserved to win that game. So for anyone who purchased that, I do apologize. Talk about your losses if you're going to talk about your wins. So with that said, Andrew, I'll see you tomorrow, man. We have a busy day. Are you wearing a tux to the show?
Are we dressing up for New Year's Eve? Is that what we're doing?
I don't know, just little things there, and the hat
All
and
right.
the whole bit. All right. I'm
I'm
gonna hit
not a
the dollar
huge New
store.
Year's
That's all
Eve
I can
guy. I
afford.
watched the World Juniors. I take it easy. It's just another day. It's just another day in the world.
Listen, all right, it's all good. 295 likes by midnight tonight, and I do a 6 in 60 New Year's Eve edition. For myself, Andrew McInnis, our producer, Andrew McInnis, and Don Buster. We appreciate you guys tuning in to Puck Time. We will see you on Wednesday, New Year's Eve. And if you can't make it to Wednesday's show, have a safe and happy New Year's Eve, everyone.